What's up, YouTube? Welcome to my channel. Thank you for tuning in today. My name is Oscar, and this is where I talk about reality, awareness, consciousness, connecting with spirituality, and knowing your true nature beyond the conventional. So, today's video that I have for you is evolving through your self-identity, evolving your self-identity. Now, what do I mean by this? I love talking about self-identity, but if you're watching this channel and you want to reach your highest potential, you want to become your best version, you're not going to be holding on to the same identity from point A to point Z, okay? And why do I say point A to point Z? Well, because when you start to evolve into your highest potential, you're going to start to see that you're going to go through many transformations, many rebirths, where you'll be reborn many times. So A being your current state of being, you're going to evolve to B state, C state, D state, etc. Okay? So by evolving through all these states, you then realize the new realizations. You now realize what you need to let go from your past self so you can become that new self, graduating from, more like the letter that comes after each time until obviously you reach that state of so-called enlightenment, where you're awakened to the true self, the creator, all that is, right? If you're watching this channel, I hope that's the goal, or at least to become your best version, and you can stop at whichever point that you like, and that's the best part, right? So you don't have to go to the highest degree of knowing yourself, but you can stop wherever you want and you'll know yourself beyond, right? And you'll know your true nature. So the reason I make this video is because through my experience, I've realized that a lot of the times the ego at each stage is going to want to overreact. It's not going to want to let you go so you can be reborn into your new self. It's going to want to cling on to this old behavior that feels very comfortable, very secure. And it's going to, in a sense, try to hinder you from your freedom of self-expression, of your true self. Therefore, symptoms such as anxiety, doubtfulness, not believing, not having faith will start to manifest as you are going along this journey of increasing your consciousness, expanding your consciousness, and trying to be mindful in every current moment. So I make this video to allow you to remember this in each moment. So you can take this video as a reminder that you always have the choice to, push your boundaries, and that a lot of the times it might be difficult to differentiate the ego with the true self. Because a lot of the times, through my experience especially, I wouldn't follow my sponsoring thought. I wouldn't follow that exact feeling that I knew was true. I would first think about it for a couple of weeks, until finally I came to the same conclusion over and over again. But this is evolution. And evolution happens when you finally start to realize that you can listen to that higher guidance, that intelligent portion of yourself that has always been there. But all that it was waiting for was you to continuously discipline the ego, discipline your mind, and then start going beyond the ego. Start letting go of your self-identity, which is the crisis here, which allows you to be attached to many things, to be subjective in your environment, in your life. And when you finally start to let go of the identity and forgetting about what the identity wants, but just experiencing life as is and reaching that destination that has already been chosen for you, because remember, that higher self, that soul, already knows what it wants to express in this lifetime. All that you are doing essentially is co-creating with that higher self within you and choosing the ultimate path, right? Or choosing any path in between. Going back to that example that I gave you from point A to Z. So, while you're practicing this, I also want you to remember that what happens when you start to be reborn and become newer and newer versions of yourself, all the way into that, enlightened state, right? Into your highest potential. What begins to happen is that a lot of the times you're going to have to change your truth, okay? Because you are truth. As you go along this journey, all those intuitive knowingness, that intuitive knowing that you have within you, that truth that you want to speak, that feeling that you have that you feel like that's the truth of what is going to always want to express itself. But the thing is that you are just tapping into it at a certain degree. And that to truly evolve into your highest potential, what's going to be necessary is for you to adapt to these higher and higher truths Because remember, we're talking about the Creator. We're talking about infinity, okay? And that which is infinite has no end. So if we're starting, right, from a point not even close to infinity, we have to slowly but surely realize more and more and more and more, and it never stops, okay? So remember that. I know it might feel super expansive and super big to think that, oh my goodness, how am I ever going to grasp infinity? But that's not the process. I mean, that's not the point. That's the journey, the experience of realizing that you are going to be able to more and more get to know your true self, which is infinite. That's amazing. And that's why it's so crucial to stay present in this moment. So going back to my main point, as you begin to do this, becoming present and evolving through your self-identity, evolving your self-identity, you are going to be learning newer and newer truths and letting go of your old self, your old attachments, and actually embodying these newer truths as they come. Not waiting a week, right? Well, you could wait a week, right? Like I did. But I encourage you to listen to these new higher truths that start to make themselves noticeable within you so you can continuously climb the ladder of evolution, of consciousness, awareness, and knowing your true self. And consistently adapting, okay? That's the key word, adapting to these higher truths, becoming the higher and higher truths that you start learning instead of staying stuck at, let's say, a pretty high state where you know a lot about existence, but that you're no longer willing to expand. So guess what? Yes, you're enlightened at a certain level, but you haven't reached enlightenment. You know a lot about all the big questions. You know a lot about God, the world, the universe, and reality, but you are still not completely it. Because that which is always will be and will continue to be. Why? Because it is infinite. So I know that this might seem a little deeper, a deeper understanding than usual, but allow yourself to just integrate. Allow yourself to integrate and just hear this information so that the deeper portions of yourself can receive it, can acknowledge it, and therefore the energetic seed that you're hearing in this video today can then start to blossom. And then you will begin to embody that new truth eventually in divine timing. So, don't want to make this video too long, but really wanted to get this message out because that's what we struggle in this life, right? Or that's what we go through in this life and what we experience. The fact that a lot of the times we transform and we're reaching to becoming our best version, but that to become our best version, we have to let go of that which we no longer want to be, or that which is no longer relevant as we're attaining that best version, that greater version of ourselves, okay? It's a wonderful path. It's a magnificent path, but it takes a lot of transforming, of becoming more and more of who you truly are. So, you'll see in my videos that I'll start to dive into deeper and deeper understandings of self. Why? It's because I want to create a community. I want to inspire all of you watching this video to acknowledge the complete portion of yourself, not just one, but so you can become the guru, so you can become the master and creator and know yourself as such in your life, in this lifetime, okay? Waiting at the game of life, right? So, I hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a like if that resonates with you. Comment, I'd love to hear where you're at in your journey, what you're currently going through, right, on your path in self-discovery. Give me a subscribe if you haven't. I love that, and I'll see you in the next video.